Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about being a single parent who has cats and attachment styles. I'm sure you've seen on YouTube many videos on attachment styles, and therefore, what that means is how do we connect in relationship? Do we connect in a secure way? Do we tend to avoid intimacy? Or do we tend to get entangled in an anxious way in intimacy in our more family orientated dependent relationships? So, as a single parent, what we have to understand is that our children are going to really activate within us these deeper dependency concerns and memories about our own childhoods and how we were attaching to our parents as well. So, when we have a anxiety about our kids, meaning we maybe struggle to drop them off at kindergarten, or we struggle to see them going out with their friends, we get anxious, we try and stay in contact with them, we want to know where they are, we need them to help us, therefore, be okay. What we're actually experiencing is that attachment issue to our children that is reminding us of our own abandonment in our childhoods with our very own parents, and we're projecting that onto our kids. And in today's video, what I really want to hit home is how, if you have an attachment issue around closeness with people, closeness with your family, closeness with your children, it will create toxicity and entanglement within your family system, because what you're doing is you're projecting your own inner need to be okay onto your child, and you're parentizing them, that word, and it is making them be in a more responsible position emotionally, psychologically for you, rather than the other way around. In other words, you're making them basically be the parent. They are put in a position where you're actually asking them, please be the parent that I never had growing up, by sticking around and doing it my way and making me okay, so that I can breathe, I can relax, and I can get on with my life. So, what you do as my child is going to very much dictate my internal environment neurologically, as far as anxiety or the need to shut down my feelings and avoid you. So, this is a crucial thing, guys, to understand in your parenting style with your children. When we are secure in relating as single parents, we have to understand that you're the only adult in that environment that is going to have to stay regulated within your nervous system, which basically means you know where your threshold is, where you start to dysregulate during your day. Dysregulation is I'm starting to shut down, close down, switch off, be less responsive, wanting to isolate perhaps, wanting to get out more, wanting to eat or drink something, right? I am wanting to try and just distract myself from my day because it's been overwhelming, and I'm now reaching a threshold where I'm no longer in control, and I'm needing to either move towards something to give me relief, or I'm having to move away from something to give me relief. Now, if I move towards something, food or Netflix or running, I'm not present for my child, am I? If I'm avoiding something to get regulated, I have to isolate and go walk on my own or whatever it may be. I'm not present with my child either, am I? So, when we have an attachment issue, your threshold is reached way quicker than somebody who is secure. So, let's say that that threshold is from 0 to 10. All right, you're going to get to 10 pretty quickly. A secure person may have a threshold from 0 to 100. So the key is, how do you, as a single parent, start to help yourself get into that more balanced state and regulated state, that secure state of being 0 to 100. So you've got capacity, therefore, for stress and the environment to impact you throughout the day, and you still have a plenty of energy left over at the end of the day to be the parent. Do you see that? People with attachment issues, unfortunately, have very small capacity. Their nervous systems have shrunk due to trauma in order to protect themselves and to keep whatever they do have safe, because growing up they got taught that they don't have enough, or they're not good enough, right? So it's a lack mentality attachment issues. It's not this abundance. It's not 0 to 100, it's 0 to 10. So instead of it being a jug of beer, it's a whiskey tot. So there's not a lot to go around. And we know with kids, kids take a lot. They're not going to just be happy with the whiskey tot level of energy that you may have. They're going to want that jug, that fullness from you, particularly if you have 2 or 3 kids, right? Sometimes it's even harder just with one child because they're just focused on you. So how you regulate yourself. What is regulation? Let's talk about that. Regulation is being able to be aware of when you're in a sympathetic nervous system response, meaning I'm full of cortisol, my breath is shortening, my pulse rate's going up. Like my cat, do you see my cat? She's in sympathetic stress response. She's running around like a maniac this morning in that do-do energy. Sympathetic nervous system response in the red zone, about stress. Okay, I'm on alert. My energy's been chewed up in that form, and I need to recognize that when I'm in that place and I'm stressed, when my kids now come along over here and I'm in this place, it's going to trigger me, upset me, make me reactive, and I'm literally going to then go into that response, or I'm going to go into that response. I'm not going to stay centered and present with them because I'm in sympathetic nervous system. I'm stressed, right? My cat. When we can say, I'm aware of this, I'm an 8 or a 9 out of 10 here, I need to go all the way down to a 2 out of 10. In other words, I have to go from sympathetic to parasympathetic nervous system function through breathing, through touching, right? To arousing my 5 senses, maybe, being in the environment of nature, grounding exercises, squats, press-ups, bare feet, water therapy, ice baths, just a cold shower maybe. These things will help to get us into parasympathetic nervous system. And it takes us from that 9 out of 10 all the way down to a 2 out of a 10. And now when we are with our kids, you see if you're 2 out of 10 stressed, you've got 8 credits there left before you reach threshold. So you can be present with the little ones. And that's absolutely key, guys, as single parents. So please, if you have questions, let me know. My wish for you today is that you take away this regulation analogy and check in with yourself on a regular basis. Where am I? Because the more you get to threshold and you have attachment issues, you are going to avoid or you're going to get anxious. And both states are emotional, unavailable places for your kiddies. So they won't have a reference point to attach to themselves, and so they will be impacted and start to develop their own attachment issues because of what you're going through. And this is basically how the sins of the father get passed through, right? That's what it means ultimately. So when you regulate it and therefore you're present, remember your child only needs about 5 minutes plus minus for you to have good connection, presence, for them to develop a sense of attachment with you with regards to self-esteem and therefore confidence in the world, i.e., I am secure, right? That's the message we want to give our kids, is that they are secure and they can relax in their little nervous systems because mommy or daddy is there and things are safe, things are calm, things are nourishing, things are slowed down. I'm in parasympathetic nervous system. Things are calm. Okay. Thank you. Leave me questions. Catch you in the next video. Ciao.